Hello everybody, I am Fuzzyface and welcome to another edition of this career mode of Motorsport Manager on the PC. We are today at the dreaded oval track, a track that we had quite a few problems with last season, especially in qualifying and during the race with a lot of blue flags getting in our way. Although we were the driver getting lapped, I think, at one point because De Graaf, who was with S-Spirit last season, the champion from last season, was going so quickly that he was lapping everyone, and as he was lapping everyone, he was slowing everyone down. So it might not be a track that we do the best on. Again, it's a track that suits us, but of course any track that suits us also suits a Chariot car. So it does look like Gonzalez might be able to finish pretty high up here. Obviously we still are top of the Constructors' Championship with 3 races to go. We're only 3 points ahead now at the moment. And obviously this last race in Munich is a double points race. Last season the British Grand Prix was a double points race, but obviously we've had this Munich one added over the off season. Well, last season it was added through a vote. Santa Ana is now 21 points behind in the driver's standings, so it looks like Gonzalez has got the championship pretty much tied up here. We've got the rear wing, which is going to be built next time. We've got the rear wing here up into 3rd, so we've made some huge improvements there. And the suspension is there. We're pretty much average, but we're above average with these 2 parts, which is what is useful this time. So we've made that giant leap forward with the rear wing, which might make us a bit more competitive with the Chariot this time, if the Chariot does indeed get out in front, should I say. But anyway, we're going to go ahead now, get straight into practice, which I'm going to run. I'm going to come straight back for qualifying after that. So let's see how we can do on this dreaded oval track here, and see whether we can stay ahead of Chariot. So practice is over, not too bad. Santa Ana was pretty quick around that track, matching times with Vidal's Chariot. Gonzalez is a little bit slower here, which is surprising that Vidal's actually the quickest one of the two. Lahtinen here, 18th. Just under 2 seconds slower, but in the first sector she set her quickest time on mediums. That's the only time we sent her out pushing, but on the mediums during the first sector, before she got held up by any cars, she was about 2/10 quicker than Vidal's time, who was on the soft tyres. So I'm not too bothered about being 18th there, because it doesn't look like she has a pace. It's just a matter of whether we can get clean laps here in qualifying. So hopefully we can get some sort of clean lap here in qualifying. So yeah, it's just about whether we can get a clean lap in. It doesn't look like there's going to be any rain. It is a dry weekend totally. I did manage to do quite a few laps, so we do have qualifying trim and race trim that we can go for, because obviously during the race we're possibly going to have to use 2 different tyre compounds to see our way through the race. So the race trim is going to be more advantageous than using a soft tyre bonus. Obviously that's what we're going to use for qualifying. We did pretty excellent there. We got it on the second go here, 99%, so we just managed to concentrate on going round and setting as many laps as we can. So we did really well there in practice, because as we see, I think this race is 26 laps, so these can only do 8 if we push them a little bit. So there's not enough to do it in 3 soft tyre compounds. We could possibly do 3 stops and go for softs on each stop, or we could do a soft, medium. Soft would possibly get us through, or should we? Yeah, we might do 3 stops on the soft maybe. Is what we're going to try do. But that would mean only doing qualifying on 1 set of tyre here. I'm not sure whether the game takes into account the tyre degradation levels or not, to actually what it can manage on a lap time. So maybe we can get through this using 1 pair of soft compound tyres and then have 4 fresh sets ready for the race to do a 3-stop strategy. Maybe that's something worth thinking about. But we're going to go ahead now and just get back to this race when Santa Ana's about to set a flying lap here. So hopefully we can get a bit of clear track, a bit of clear air, and get a decent lap time in somewhere. And then we'll come back and it's a flying lap and see how we manage to do. Right, so Lahtinen's on her flying lap round here. We just had her come push out, because her main objective here, although I think Vidal's going quickest here, is he? Yeah, Vidal looks like he's going to get pole. But the main objective here was to slow down Gonzalez. So we're just going to see if we can do that. Of course, I haven't set any times yet, because what I was going to do is wait right until the end of the session to send both cars out. Hopefully get some clear time then as both cars come into the pits. It didn't look like we had much opportunity before that to get clear track, but hopefully this works out here, that we can slow Gonzalez down, which is the main thing. So we're going to get Santa Ana just sort of trundling round here. We'll get her out of the pits. So it looks like we've done a good job here of holding Gonzalez up. So where is she? Yeah, we've done a really good job of holding Gonzalez up there, because obviously we didn't want her sitting on pole, which would have been pretty much a disaster because of how strong she is in this series. So where can we get Lahtinen here? Lahtinen does 1.16. Is that good enough for 8? That's good, isn't it? So she held Gonzalez up enough. She held Gonzalez up enough to actually be in front of her there, so that actually worked out pretty well. So we just need to concentrate on getting Santa Ana around now. Maybe we can concentrate on this, because all of these other cars are on their in-laps at the moment. Obviously need to watch that time at the bottom. Just sort of need to try and get this right here. All the brakes are pretty hard to cool here. Can we get them both perfect and good? And she's got a nice bit of clear track here, so hopefully it works out. The car's not good enough around this Phoenix track to go quicker here. Look at that, we're 6/10 down. This is where possibly the only track where the car is the most important thing, is it's all down to the strength of the car, just going round in a circle. Hopefully we can get her somewhere around where Lahtinen is. Where's she going to come across the line? 6th place, so that's not bad. 6th and 11th there overall. A lot better than what I was expecting to do, and the most important thing is that we've managed to, through a bit of gamesmanship, keep Gonzalez pretty far down the order, which is obviously the best thing that we could have hoped for from this session. So absolutely brilliant there. Right, so let's get this set up. We'll just see what we're going to try to do strategy-wise before we decide on what boost we're going to use. We can't do a 2-stopper on the softs, but we could go soft, medium, soft. Possibly, we could possibly get through 2 stops with that. Although that would mean trying to get 8 laps out of the soft tyre. So would a full fuel tank with a little bit of pushing get us that? Maybe we'll go for 10. We need to get through 8 laps here, so hopefully that works out. Should we try do 2 with Lahtinen as well? Or should we go for 3 soft compound tyres with a lot more pushing? So we would need... Can't do 6 laps on each tyre. We would need about 7 laps off each tyre, wouldn't we? Hopefully we can get through 7 with each tyre. If not, we'd have to finish on a medium. So, what should we do? We're aiming for 7. We'll go full with her, just in case we do need it, and then we can see how this all works out. So we're going to have to go for race trim and nurse here. We'll do race trim and risk taker, since we... Or would a 10% performance boost? No, because we're not using the same tyre. Or we could be using the soft tyre. If we do that, we could use a soft tyre all the way through. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We were aiming for 3 pit stops, aren't we? So maybe the... No, we'll do that. We'll do that. That is what we'll do. Just going to push the tyres a little bit to get them up to temperature. And then otherwise than that, we're going to have to try and make them last, aren't we? It's all about conserving fuel, so hopefully we can sort of keep Gonzalez behind us, but I don't think we have much chance of doing that because the Chariot is so strong. Santa Ana's made a great start there, up into 5th. Maybe we might think about changing her strategy if she can get... Vidal's dropped off 1st as well. So where's the other Chariot? Is she behind? Yeah, she's behind. Gonzalez is actually just blown past Lahtinen there. Gonzalez is so strong in this, which is the reason... One of the reasons why I think that we should swap drivers, because I think it's all about having a 4-star driver, is why Gonzalez just so well in that Chariot. But we're on the back of Vidal almost here. It's just below in between us. So hopefully we can get somewhere near him. Is everyone else turning down? Yeah, no. Burning through these tyres quite quickly, so we might have to think about a quick strategy change here. We want to try to stay as close to Vidal as we can. Whereas Gonzalez started on a medium tyre, so it looks like Gonzalez is going to go for a 2-stopper here. Looks like Gonzalez could be on the medium tyre for the race. If that's what they're going with, maybe. So we need to try and get a little bit more life out of these tyres, I think. Hopefully that doesn't make us drop too far behind here. Now on these tyres, yeah, it's starting to drop behind straight away as soon as we stop pushing on the tyres, aren't we? Maybe we didn't need that much fuel in the car. So let's just see what we can get here. A lot of them are now in the pits. Should we turn down about now? Hopefully. We need to try and get as much life out of this tyre as we can. We need to sort of try and make it match the fuel load. Gonzalez running 5th at the moment. Yeah, it does look like she's going for 2 here. Which is what we're hopefully going for with Santa Ana. Although we've got an extra lap on her here, so maybe we can push it this time. Just push. And we're coming in for a medium. I wonder if we can get a full 11 laps out of a medium tyre. I'm not sure whether we can. Although it's a bit different from the start of the race because the tyres are in the middle when you start, not like at the start of a race where they're cold from being sat on the grid. So what have we got here? Lahtinen's tyres are running out as well, aren't we? So we're going to have to try and conserve them. We had quite a bit of extra fuel from Lahtinen. So she did well getting round to about this point. Could we get her in the pits here? Could we? Would she actually come in this lap if we did it now? So we won't put a full tank in this time. Just because these soft tyres burn up pretty quickly. No, it wasn't enough to get her in that lap. Don't think there's enough. I think there's enough distance that they won't double stack here. So it's just where we can get Santa Ana back out. Hopefully we can get back out in front of Gonzalez here, and it looks like we can. Is that? Where's Gonzalez? 17th. It looks like they're going to get held up by quite a few cars here. So hopefully we've had a nice little bit of clear track there with Santa Ana. So hopefully that's going to work out for her here. Obviously we need to try and get as much life out of this next set of tyres as we can. Mediums. Looks like Vidal's. No, who's that? Who's got past us in front of us? I thought I saw a green car there, but it mustn't have been. No, it's Vidal who's just behind us. So we did really well with Santa Ana there, getting up into 3rd. So Lahtinen now has got out of the pits. She's going to have to try and conserve a little bit here. She doesn't have to really conserve, does she? No, we can probably keep pushing that tyre. We'll try and get a little bit of heat in them. Though we need to, yeah, we need a little bit of heat in these medium tyres as well. So hopefully we can just stay in front of the Chariots here, although Vidal's making a move there. Maybe we should turn up, try stay in front of him. I'm just going to have to try and manage this here with Vidal. We don't want him getting past us. Here. Does Vidal come out on the mediums as well? And we're going to move up in the 1st place here. No, we're not. Looks like we're going to lose 2nd as well. We're going to gain it back. Making a move for 1st again, but held up. Really don't want to lose the life in this medium tyre. And we've got Gonzalez here. She's been held up. Something shocking there, isn't she? So what can we get out of this set of mediums for Lahtinen? Yeah, we'll just keep going with that. We want to just stay ahead here. Although, who's that? Diost making a move on Vidal there, so he's been slowed down. We just want to get out into 1st, and then maybe we can turn down. But it looks like it's going to be pretty hard to get to that point. We might need to think about conserving some of this tyre. We've actually got 1st place now. Brilliant from Santa Ana. Should we push for a little bit more? Try and open up a little bit of a gap here before Vidal gets past. Vidal's now passed. We actually gaining there. We are. Santa Ana doing well on these tyres. We can just keep going with her as we are. Maybe we've got some room to push here. We need to get to about lap 14. So we can maybe push her to get her up into 7th. What do we need from Santa Ana? We need to go a little bit longer than this, don't we? So maybe we should think about turning down. It looks like we're going to have to do another medium tyre at some point. We're not going to be able to go soft, medium, soft, I don't think. Lahtinen is now up into 5th place. Looks like Lahtinen's going to be coming in pretty soon, so we'll just keep pushing here. We've got to the point where we wanted it to. Although Santa Ana is now battling with Vidal here. Although Vidal should be making 3 stops and we're aiming for 2. Maybe we need to turn back up here, try and keep him behind, but it looks like he's got the jump on us there. Can Santa Ana win it back here? She can, no she can't. It's the inside line but has to slow down, but then gets the boost out of the corner brilliantly to get back in front. Yeah, we've got just fuel to keep pushing. We just need to make these tyres last as long as we can here. Lahtinen now in 4th. She's going to have to come in after this lap. Maybe try and conserve these tyres now. We've got enough to get around to the end of this. She's coming in for another pair of softs because she's doing... Maybe we'll go a little bit less this time with fuel. And then we can think about what we need to do for the last stop when it comes to that. We've got both cars in a decent position here, so... Even though I do absolutely hate this track, we seem to be doing pretty well on it this time out. Just want to make these tyres last these 2 laps. So then we can do 2 stops totally. And we're being slowed down by a backmarker now. Absolutely great. Yeah, backmarker just gave Vidal first place there. Oh, great. What's it doing? Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Vidal has actually dived into the pits here. And we're being slowed down by backmarkers. Look at the state of that. I'm going to get slowed down by others coming out of the pits as well. So Gonzalez is coming for her last pit stop. Lahtinen's got another pit stop to go here. Right, so hopefully we don't get slowed down here. We are getting slowed down again. What the... Oh, making me so mad this time. I hate this track. Don't have enough to push all the way around. We can go in high mode. Pit. Great. Let's fill it up. Getting slowed down. So much shocking by that. This is going to let both of these chariots through. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it's not let these chariots get this place back on us after we fought so hard to keep it like that. Looks like Vidal's going to get out in front of us here, doesn't it? Great. Absolutely great. Need some more temperature back in these tyres for Lahtinen. Need some temperature in the tyres for Santa Ana. So dejected now after that. Right, so Santa Ana's so far down here just because we got held up. It's absolutely shocking. Thankfully Gonzalez is still behind us. But Vidal does have to make another pit stop, it does look like. Yeah, because his tyres are pretty worn here. It's going through them pretty quickly. It's just whether we can try and outlast the chariots here. We just have to watch for Gonzalez making a move a bit later on. Obviously Lahtinen's out in first, but she still has another pit stop to go in 2 laps time, so she's definitely going to be able to do it in another soft tyre. With another soft tyre. And Santa Ana's just going through to the end of the race, although we've got Gonzalez behind us now. I think we've got enough fuel to start pushing from this point. Just leave it like that. Just need to keep an eye on Lahtinen here, who's running in first. I don't know where she's going to get back out after this pit stop. We're going to have to turn her down to get around. So soft. 6 laps remaining, so should we put 8 in? So we've got some room to push. Although it says 6 laps remaining from this, but we're going to have 5 laps remaining, so should we go... We'll go 7. The engine, oh yeah, because we're not going to be able to push the engine too much. Because it's starting to wear away a little bit. So we can't push the engine as much as we would be wanting. It's just whether we can keep Gonzalez behind us, but Gonzalez is so powerful in this Chariot car. She's now got the jump on us there. But hopefully we can just stay behind us, because I think she's going to run into either some fuel problems or some tyre problems. So she might have to come in again, as is Vidal. So if we can just last out this last little bit of the race, we could make a move on them a bit later on. Obviously Santa Ana has got... We can possibly put her in high without worrying about the engine. So hopefully we can just hang on at the back of these chariots here. Not get slowed down by stupid back markers again. No, don't slow us down. Don't move on the outside. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, it's actually worked out for us there because we actually managed to get the jump on Gonzalez, whose tyres are worn. Gonzalez's tyres are worn, as are Vidal's. And Lahtinen's actually made a move as well. She's actually flying around the track on this fresh pair of soft tyres. So it looks like Lahtinen's going to get the jump on Santa Ana as well. Should we order? No, we'll just let them race here. We've got enough to get around this track. We might have to think about... Oh, we've got enough fuel now. 2 laps remaining. We just might have enough in Santa Ana's car. We might have to run her on low mode for the last lap. We do. What's the engine looking like? The engine probably not going to fail, so we can possibly push. And we've got tons of time in this tyre. So can we catch Vidal here? Can we catch Vidal? Whose tyres are pretty short, as are everyone else's. So it looks like we've got a good run at the end here. Although Santa Ana's getting slowed down by Monroe there, who she can't seem to get past. Although we've made that move now. We've made that wonderful move. And it looks like Santa Ana's getting past Vidal here. On the final lap, it looks like Lahtinen's going to chase this down for the last part of the race. Do we have enough fuel to get around? Just enough fuel to get around with Santa Ana. Can she catch Vidal? I don't think she can. Quite a long way behind here. So absolutely brilliant racing there to get first and third in Phoenix. I can't believe that we actually made a move there. Didn't look like we were going to get anywhere near the points at one point, but to finish first and third, which more importantly is more points than Vidal and Gonzalez. So we stay ahead of the Chariot moving into the final 2 races of the season here. I cannot believe that we actually got a result here in Phoenix. I was fearing, because last season we had that run of races from Sydney. What was last time? I can't remember what was last time now. We had Sydney, then the race that we just done last time, and then this one where we went for 3 races last season without any points. So I'm absolutely ecstatic here to get points in Phoenix. I'm absolutely ecstatic to have actually got first place. I can't actually believe that we actually got first place here. But just having that fresh pair of softs right at the end whilst everyone was running around on a really warm pair of mediums. Look, it actually worked out, the free stop there for Lahtinen. So absolutely brilliant. So where did she actually move up from there during the race? You wait to deselect him. Lahtinen moved position. Where did she start the race? Third? Or can we not go back that far? Oh, we have to go all the way back, do we? Right, so Lahtinen started the race in 11th, whereas Santa Ana started in 6th. So from 11th and 6th up to 1st and 3rd. Absolutely brilliant racing there. I think the Chariots will have picked up bonus points there, so we've probably ended up near enough on the same points. So it's whether Gonzalez managed to get a quickest lap or Vidal did. No, they didn't, just a pole position there. So 8. So we've actually managed to gain 2 more points on Chariot. I was fearing we were going to lose top position in the constructors after this race, but we've got Santa Ana and Lahtinen still in 2nd and 3rd here, and we keep top now just by 5 points, which is better than I was expecting. I was expecting us to be behind Chariot going into the last 2 races of the season, and there is a chance of rain in Guildford, which usually works in our favour. So hopefully we're going to get a result at the British Grand Prix. Oh, I can't believe that we're actually going to win this title, or that we're still in with a chance of winning this title. I don't want to jinx myself by saying we're going to win it. But after that race in Phoenix, a race where the Chariot should have done really well, that we actually managed to stay in front of them, get overall first. Nice bit of money going into the bank here. Rear wing built as well. So where are we at here? Where's the car at? Still 6th best car. So what have we got? Chariot, Vidal, wins tight qualifying, car condition update, interview. That was great for Maya. It was simple. No, she's an immensely talented driver. Inez Santa Ana told us she was absolutely delighted with coming in 3rd. Not at all, it was a good result, and Inez is entitled to enjoy it. Exactly. race win, so morale boost, hard fought win for Lahtinen. I still can't believe we won that race. And we've got this rear wing that we can get up to 618 now, so what can we actually do with that? Got the 4th best rear wing now, so we should be able to move into a point by the end of the season that we got the 1st best rear wing. Lahtinen leaked information. Roger Dunbar's my best one. No, I don't want to fire him. Chairman happiness minus 50. No, we're gonna have to do this one a fine, aren't we? So Dunbar's the best mechanic that we've got, and we don't want to lose him. So what's that done? So has Lahtinen lost her boost? Yes, she has. This risk taker boost that she's lost now. Obviously, we didn't use it in the last race, and it worked out quite well for her. So yeah, so we've got the brakes R&D facility, which should be built in time for the next Grand Prix. We're just going to see what we can do with the rear wing here. I want to see how long it is going to take to do. We don't have much to go on these two parts. If we do that, how long is it going to take with that as well? 35 days. Is that enough? Yeah, that's enough to get this fully upgraded before the end of the season as well. But we do have a suspension part that I want to build with 5 in. So what's the best suspension part that we've got? We'll just do this before we finish, and then we can be on to the next race for the next episode. So this is the one. 509, which is the one that we just took off there working on. Which car is it in? 508, 471. There's a lot we could actually possibly do to that one, but we don't actually have the time to work on it, do we? So it is this one, which is 455, 508. So what can we actually get up to here if we build this? Obviously we've got 5 that we can put in it. We want plus 70, we want plus 40, we want plus 30, we want plus 30, so we can get 579 out of this, which is 70 boost, isn't it? Because we're putting this one in. So we can move on an extra 70 points there, which is absolutely amazing. 3 days before the race. So we should have enough time to get it somewhere near 579 before the end of the season. So if we get that built now, it's going to be ready before the Guildford Grand Prix. So maybe we'll just skip ahead here and get to that point, so next time we can start the next race. Because what I'm thinking for the next update for the last episode of the season, we've got sponsors coming through, but we'll wait just before the race till we go through them. What I was thinking for the next episode, since we've only got 2 more races left, is that I'm going to do another double race episode for the final episode, for the finale. And I think that would be a good way that we could sort the title out here. Yeah, we got some scouting finished as well. So we got, who actually finished? Rick DeGraff, did we finish? No, I'm sure it said someone to finish scouting, but maybe that's tomorrow. I think I've made the decision on what we're going to do, because DeGraff's contract is running down and he's an absolutely immense driver. So maybe we're going to make a move. He is marketable, so we should be able to get some decent sponsors for next season if we do go for him. So maybe I'm going to actually splurge out for once and go against the grain of what I have been doing and go for DeGraff. Yeah, I think that's possibly what we should be doing. Amy McLeod in the Kitano. No, her contract's not up. Is anyone else decent that contract is up? Couple in the Van Dort. Wolfgang Schmidt, pretty old. Saarinen, 40 years old, must be retiring at some point. Vidal, who is in the Chariot but doesn't seem to be doing quite well in the Chariot, but we'll scout him anyway. We'll give him a quick run out here. Anyway, let's get on to where we were going to. We want to get this suspension built just before we finish this episode. I think it's nearly done. It should be done. Construction done, so that's a brakes R&D facility built. So now we've designed the suspension, so that's in. So where's that going to take us if we try and work on this suspension part? 78 days, so that's a long time, so we can take that out. 75 days. It's going to be a stretch to get these two fully upgraded before the end of the season. But what can we get out of the brakes now? We don't want anything that gives us an addition to Max. Like this one, we can't actually put that one in because we don't actually have the time to upgrade it, do we? Or maybe we could. Should we risk it and see if we can get that upgraded as well? We might as well. Let's just see how far we can get. So it might still work on it during the off season, even though we can't actually access the part to change any of the things that we're doing. We'll just see where we can get to. We've got an information. Inez and Maya. And now Santa Ana fancies teammates. So we're rivals at one point. Are they still rivals? No. They're not rivals anymore. They were rivals at one point. One point Lahtinen fancied Santa Ana. Then they became rivals because in this imaginary world maybe Santa Ana rejected Lahtinen, but now Santa Ana fancies Lahtinen. So she got a plus a boost for morale. So we've only got 2 offers here, so we're going to have to possibly take one of them, or should we hold on now? There's not a lot of money available here, so maybe we should hold off. Yeah, because these are going to expire at the end of the season. Maybe we should hold off until we've got the new driver. Maybe. See if we can get a bit more marketable here. If we do get DeGraff, we will be able to move up to 100%. We should put somewhere around here, maybe a 4-star level. I don't know, but anyway, that's it for this episode. I can't believe we did so well in Phoenix. But we'll be back next time with the finale, so we'll be doing the British Grand Prix and we should be doing the German Grand Prix all in one episode. It's going to be rainy, which should work in our favour. There's a little chance of rain in Munich, so hopefully Guildford we can get a little bit more of an advantage heading into the double points race in Munich. But anyway, hit that subscribe button down below if you want to be updated of when I put up the season finale for this season in our quest for getting to Formula 1, the World Motorsport Championship. Give me a thumbs up if you think we can do it, and leave a comment down below if you think maybe we should make that move for DeGraff, whether we should go for a top tier driver, because he is actually interested in signing for us, I think. Let's go see if he would actually be interested in signing for us. Should we make that move for a really good driver? Where is he? We need to get the ability. He's not the best in the game. Where is he? There, and he's still young and he's got the potential to be 5, is he? No, he's not interested at the moment. But his contract is running down. And if we go up, we might be able to make a move for him. So if you think we should make that move for DeGraff at the end of the season, leave me a comment down below. And until next time, I will see you for the British Grand Prix and the German Grand Prix. And goodbye.